Hey there, Low Tide and Twilight fans. It's time for another exciting episode of our favorite webtoon. Chapter 5 picks up where we left off with Taeju giving Eui-hyun 3 options for work. It's a tough decision to make, especially with a lot of pros and definitely bigger cons for each choice. But our boy Eui-hyun isn't one to back down from a challenge, and he's determined to make the right choice for himself. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the hottest and wildest yaoi podcast on the planet. Get ready to fan yourself because things are about to get steamy. That's right, it's time for ZEALED FUJOSHI, the show that's all about yaoi manga. I am CeeCee, your host, the ultimate Fujoshi, who's always on the hunt for the hottest and juiciest and most thrilling yaoi manga out there. I've read it all, and I'm not afraid to share my honest and unfiltered thoughts with you. From sweet and romantic love stories to spicy and steamy tales, I got you covered. My reviews are not only informative, but also hilarious. So you can expect to laugh your socks off while I spill the tea on your favorite yaoi manga. But before we start, this podcast is explicit. We'll be discussing mature themes, explicit themes, and all things that makes yaoi manga so delicious. So if you're not comfortable with that, it's probably best you tune out now. Let's get one thing clear though. Spoiler alert, I am not afraid to dish out spoilers. So if you haven't read the manga we're talking about, you might want to skip this episode. But if you're brave enough to join us, we promise to make it worth your while. If you're ready to join us on this spicy adventure, grab a cold drink and a cozy blanket and get ready to join me on this wild ride of passion, laughter, and all things yaoi. Welcome to ZEALED FUJOSHI. So, out of the 3 options that Eui-hyun was given, he makes a decision for the most okay kind of job. It doesn't pay that well, but it's also that sketchy. And after he makes his decision, Eui-hyun makes, or at least asks, about Yongdo's condition. If you guys forgot who Yongdo is, this is the man that touched Eui-hyun on the previous chapter, and that's why he kinda smashed Yongdo's head and he ran off in chapter 1 until he arrived at the ocean. Anyway, so Eui-hyun is worried, so he asked Taeju about Yongdo's condition, and thankfully Taeju has good news. Yongdo is still alive. He is in the hospital though, but he is alive, and this is such a great, huge relief for Eui-hyun. As we know, hospital bills can oddly add up and quickly, and Eui-hyun knows that he is dealing with Taeju, so he will have to find a way to pay for Yongdo's treatment, even though it was Yongdo that initiated the whole encounter. In the end, he was Eui-hyun that did the first hit. So he knows even if he was taken to the court of law, he would lose, and Eui-hyun would have to pay for reparations. But the big decision on Eui-hyun's mind is whether or not he will really be relieved of his debt that Sayuk, his father, put him through. It is a lot of debt. It's around 180 million won kind of a debt. And he knows that even if he does work 3 jobs every day, it will take him years to pay off this debt. Unfortunately though, Taeju also has some bad news. He explains that even if the father Sayuk is found, Eui-hyun will still be on the hook for the debt because it is a lot of debt to pay, and even if there is two of them paying it off, it will not be easy for Eui-hyun to actually pay it all off with Sayuk. It's a tough pill to swallow, but Eui-hyun is determined to find a way to make things right. Now, here's also another interesting part. It seems like Taeju, he's doing all of this, not really a preparation, but more like setup for Eui-hyun, because he is attracted to his pheromone. Could this be the start of a new romantic storyline? We can't wait to find out. That's all that I have for Chapter 5 of Low Tide in Twilight. Tune in the next time for more drama, action, and romance. Thanks for listening. Attention to all yaoi manga lovers out there. Are you a talented individual with a passion for all things fujoshi? If so, ZEALED FUJOSHI wants you. We're on the hunt for a team member to join our passionate and hilarious crew. If you have a knack for reviewing yaoi manga, a love for all things spicy and steamy, and a desire to share your opinion with the world, then we want to hear from you. Join our team and help us spread the Fujoshi spirit to all corners of the world. Whether you're a writer, editor, or a social media guru, we want your talent and expertise to take ZEALED FUJOSHI to the next level. So, if you're ready to embark on this exciting journey with us, reach out to us in the description below and let's make magic happen. Join the ZEALED FUJOSHI team today. Let's show the world what the Fujoshi spirit is all about. And that's a wrap. Fellow Fujoshis and Fudanshis, we hope you enjoyed this week's episode of ZEALED FUJOSHI, where we dished out all the hottest and juiciest yaoi manga. Remember to follow me on social media, where I share even more yaoi goodness and behind the scenes content. And if you're loving the manga I am reviewing, don't forget to support the author, creator by purchasing their work and spreading the word to your fellow Fujoshis and Fudanshi friends. Thanks for tuning in, ZEALED FUJOSHI, and we'll catch you on the next episode. Until then, keep the Fujoshi spirit alive.